$500. Wow. Looks like I'm out, guys. I'm not planning to buy the Nintendo Switch 2. At least not at launch anyways. That's because, inflation adjusted, and depending on how you look at it, this could be considered the most expensive Nintendo launch of all time. I'm not counting the first Nintendo set in the United States because that one included a light gun and a robot toy. So you could argue that the Nintendo Switch 2 is the second most expensive launch system. Starting from 1987 is also skewed. That's around when I got my first Nintendo. It was $99. But inflation adjusted, it's around $281. That's looking really cheap by today's standards. So, starting from the Super Nintendo, you can see that one sticks out. However, it included Super Mario World. I just watched a Nintendo presentation about the Switch 2, and there were two versions shown. One with a digital download of Mario Kart World, and the other without the game. So, the Super Nintendo with the game is relatively cheaper than the Nintendo Switch 2, also with the game. Now, obviously, the Nintendo Switch 2 is way more advanced than the Super Nintendo. But inflation adjusted, the Nintendo Switch 2 is looking a lot more expensive than the original Nintendo Switch. Even if you take out Mario Kart World, the original Nintendo Switch is still significantly cheaper. Now you might be thinking, come on, the Switch 2 is such a big improvement. That's hard to tell with 8 years separating the two game systems. But the real telling moment was in the presentation. I didn't see the price mentioned. I had to search online to find the details. You might also feel it's expensive, as the results of our recent Photics TV poll shows that many of you were expecting around $400. That was in anticipation of a more expensive model. So, wow. In the games, many were either candy sweet or super creepy. Where's the middle ground? After months, even years of waiting, significant disappointment. What do you think about this? Is Nintendo's next game system too expensive? You can let everyone know in the comments.